After analyzing 90 days of eBay sold data, I found some women's jeans that consistently sell for over $100. Some close to $200, and another one pushing $500. Most resellers think women's jeans cap out around $40 or $50, maybe $70 if it's a good brand. And here's the part most people miss. It's not just the brand. Let me show you exactly which ones and why a lot of resellers walk right past them. This isn't about hype brands. It's about style-specific demand. Same brand, same racks, totally different outcome. Let me show you the cleanest example in the data. This mother brand style sells fast for close to $190 in pre-owned condition. There are 2 currently listed and 6 sold in the last 90 days. That's a 300% sell-through rate. This isn't luck. This is a buyer that knows exactly what they're looking for. So as you can see, there are currently 2 listed and 6 sold. They all sell for big money, 190, 190, 110 on auction. So it's a pretty basic silhouette. Mother jeans always has the M on the back pocket. They typically have just this tiny little tag. That's what the interior tag looks like. And if you go to the pocket, it's going to tell you that these are the Reifler jeans. This little note here is the wash, so the color is after midnight. Reifler jeans come factory with heel drag. So just because you see mother jeans and you see heavy heel drag, don't just throw them back, because this is how they come brand new. And if you're throwing $190 jeans back on the rack because they have a little heel drag, or pricing them too low because you didn't realize the heel drag was supposed to be there, just to prove it here, this is the stock photos from their website. The heel drag is meant to be there. So pay attention when you're sourcing, and don't give something up just because it has heel drag, because they're meant to be there. Mother is a great brand to be on the lookout for regardless, but this isn't a brand win. This is a style win. When you can sell mother jeans in pre-owned condition for $180, $190, you're doing something right. Once you figure out that style wins first, everything else on this list makes perfect sense. So those were $190 jeans. That's great. But this next one blew me away. $500 median sold price, and a lot of resellers walk right past it because it looks like something a kid did. Magnolia Pearl averages nearly $500 with a 121% sell-through rate. 55 listed, 63 sold. So here we are on the search page. As you can see, every single pair looks different, and it just looks like something some teenager may have been experimenting with. 53 currently listed, 63 currently sold, and these prices are crazy. We are in sold listings here. So the top one right now is $925, and we can just scroll down and you can see these prices all stay well above $500. We got down to the median here. We're still looking at $450. So this is just a random sold pair I clicked into. I got 2 of them here to show you. Their tag, one of their tags, looks like this. It's just a hang tag, Magnolia Pearl. Magnolia Pearl is a great brand to be on the lookout for in pretty much anything. As you can see, there's paint splatter, some fake patches. They're known for distressed look. They're known for that repurposed look. This is another pair that's just crazy. But this is their other tag. As you can see, it's very basic, but it does stand out. So if you see something that's just different, it's not a basic tag, make sure you're looking that up. And as you can see, these have a bunch of different embroideries, a bunch of different patches. The distressing looks intentional, though it kind of looks like some artistic teenager could have put these together. I wouldn't assume a pair of these jeans are Magnolia Pearl just by looking at them. If they don't have something showing you that they are Magnolia Pearl, I'd put them back. I see jeans like this relatively commonly, and a lot of the times they are jeans that somebody else had done themselves. So make sure you can tell that they are Magnolia Pearl. But if they are Magnolia Pearl, you just found a gold mine. These buyers are not price sensitive. They're hunting specific pieces. When you find these, you're not competing with other sellers. You're just waiting for the one buyer who wants the exact pair that you have. 14 active listings, 37 have sold in the last 90 days. Rudy Jude averages $215 with a 277% sell-through rate. This is boutique level demand. So as you can see, there's only 14 listed. So you're not competing with a ton of other listings. There's a small seller pool. The buyers that are looking for Rudy Jude, they already know this brand. These jeans are not impulse purchases. If you can identify it cleanly, the buyer's already waiting. So this is a pair of their double knees. They have the back patch is pretty simple. It's on the back pocket, right on the top of the back pocket there. It's got a little sideways smiley face. The back tag is typically just one of them tacked on kind of designer looking tags. It's pretty basic, block letters. Has the size here as well as under the material tag. Rudy Jude jeans are very high quality and they're made to look like workwear, hence the double knee. They're not workwear jeans, however, they are very high quality. It is very important to make sure that they really are Rudy Jude jeans. Just be sure to check your tags against other jeans. Now let's look at a style that's less dramatic, but incredibly reliable. The row sells for $205 if you can identify the minimalist branding. The row averages $205 with a 46% sell-through. 77 listed, 36 sold, which means these may sit a little while, up to about 6 months. But that lower velocity brings with it much higher margins. From a distance, these do not look expensive. There is minimal branding. That is intentional. The row does require patience pricing if you want some of the higher dollar amounts, but 36 currently sold. At the top end, you're looking at nearly $500. The median, like I said, is $205. Again, look at these. They don't look like they're anything special. The row tags are extremely minimal. As you see, there's no back patch. There's no embroidery on the pockets. It says the row on the button, and the tag is a tacked on just the row. And then this one is tacked on tags not there. It'd be hard to catch what this is. They are made in Italy. This little logo here translate to the row, but if that tag is missing, it's going to be hard to verify that they are the row. Quick tip, below all of this information is going to be an RN number, and you can Google that RN number and have it come up that this is the row. This is a quiet luxury brand, so I would be sure to use that keyword if you find them and want to sell them. Just know that these do exist, so when you're flipping through the rack and see blank back pockets that you don't recognize, you could be flipping past a $200 bill. Khaite is $200 jeans hiding in plain sight. 183 listed and 92 sold for a median ASP of $200. Again, lower velocity, but premium pricing with minimal competition. The buyers who wear this brand very well may exclusively wear this brand, and they want to save a couple $100 by buying them pre-owned for a couple $100 instead of $600 or $700. You don't pair as the Khaite jeans. Again, you can't really see it great, but the button says Khaite, and then the tag, this one is down on the pocket, and then they have another one on the back waistband. That's very basic. Just says Khaite. I could be saying that wrong, but I'm assuming it's called Khaite. Could be Kate. Either way, it's a great brand to be on the lookout for and incredibly easy to pass up in the thrift. This pair is a little bit wider legged. This is a cropped style. And again, the back pockets don't have any of the embroidery. There's no back patch. So you do need to be looking on the inside waistbands to actually find these, or you'll pass them up every single time. We're halfway through and you should already be seeing the pattern. Now let's talk about velocity instead of just price. Fastest selling $115 women's jeans. The style half pipe averages $115 with a 150% sell-through rate. 16 listed, 24 sold. This is velocity, not top dollar, but extremely predictable movement. So as we see, there's a 16 listed in pre-owned condition. There's 24 sold. At the top end, there are some people getting 180 for these. 24 sold. We're going to scroll down to about 12, and you can see a lot of these are selling for that $130 mark. I went with 115 to be conservative. I do think I would list these closer to 130, 140. This is just an excellent brand, Mother, again, to be on the lookout for. And this style within Mother is an amazing bolo. Again, Mother jeans always has the M on the back pocket and the Mother little hang tag here. Minimal branding, a little bit more than the last couple we've looked at, but still, it's easy to pass these up if you're flipping too fast. It says Mother on the button. And mother always has the style printed on the inside pocket. This is the half pipe ankle. This one happens to be a cropped ankle length. They make the half pipe that is also a touch longer, and it's just not called the ankle. But either way, these sell excellent, but heavy distressing crotch rips I would leave behind. 400% sell through at $150 median sold price, and most resellers have never heard of it. The style secret sauce averages $150 with a 400% sell-through rate. 22 listed, 95 sold. This is the fastest moving $100 style in the entire data set. So as you can see, there's currently 22 listed for the AYR secret sauce, and they're all very high dollar. Just for curiosity's sakes, if we get rid of secret sauce, AYR jeans, a lot of them are still a good brand. It's still a good brand to be on the lookout for. But so like I said, there's 22 currently listed with 95 sold. Out of those 95, if we scroll down to about here, you'll see the ASP, median sold price, is right in that $150 range. And these secret sauce jeans are just an excellent bolo to be looking for. Like many other brands, the branding is quite minimal. It would not be difficult to miss this tiny little tag they have, and it doesn't even say AYR. It's just a triangle, a square, and a circle. The inner waistband has the AYR tag, and then the model name is the secret sauce beneath Made in LA. And like I said, very minimal branding, easy to pass, but you do not want to pass these jeans. Like I said, other AYR styles will sit. The secret sauce jeans, they aren't the only ones I would pick up, but just know that, like I said, 20% of all solds in the brand are this specific style. This is what I mean when I say women's denim is style driven, not brand driven. Citizens of Humanity overall is 25 bucks. The style horseshoe averages $160 with a 54% sell-through rate. 40 listed, 23 sold. That is lower velocity, but here's what matters. This is a low competition, high margin style. So as you can see, there's 40 currently listed for Citizens of Humanity horseshoe in pre-owned condition, and 23 have sold for a top price of about $250 plus $30 shipping. So top price of about $280. We scroll down about 12 listings or so, and we can see that the average sale price median is about that $160 that I discussed. These are a barrel leg design. That is the giveaway for these, but that's not easy to spot on the rack, so make sure you're paying attention to the styles. Citizens of Humanity typically doesn't have a ton of branding, but really, even if you see the tag Citizens of Humanity, that does not necessarily mean that you found the winner right off the bat. Here's the biggest issue with Citizens of Humanity. They don't print the style name on the tag anywhere that I know of anyway. They do have a style number that you can either take a picture of with BrandScout or type it into Google, and it will typically bring up the style name for you. If you hold them up and they have this silhouette, they are most likely the horseshoe, however. Most resellers flip through the racks, see Citizens of Humanity, and just pass without a second thought. Make sure you're stopping when you see that tag and looking down. Just make sure it's not a good style, because some of the Citizens of Humanity stuff does exceptionally well. In fact, the next style on our list is also Citizens of Humanity. 100% sell-through at $134 ASP. The Miro averages $134 with a 100% sell-through rate. 21 listed, 22 sold, means this will sell fast, at least within 90 days. So as you can see, there's 21 listed, 22 have currently sold. The median sold price right now has actually gone up since I did my initial research. We're looking at about 140 plus shipping. These are a wide leg jean. They're almost kind of have that barrel look as well. However, they are not as flared at the knee as the horseshoe. Once again, it's the same branding as the last pair, the Citizens of Humanity tag, the back patch, and I have Citizens of Humanity along the bottom. This one does have the style name printed below the style number, which helps out with identification. However, if that's worn off or not there, type that style number into Google and you can get the style name. So that really hammers home. We started at the Mother Reifler jeans at $190. Here's another Mother style that makes the list at $120. The style Roller averages $120 with a 106% sell-through rate. That's 156 listed, 169 sold. So the Roller has two different styles. They have the roller ankle and the roller full length. The roller is a flared wide leg jean, traditional mother branding, the little hang tag, the M on the pocket with the style on the inside pocket and the wash underneath the style. This one is the 6th Sense wash. And there are mother buyers that search for the wash of the jeans, so I would include that in your title if you can. Mother buyers are typically repeat buyers. They have bought mother jeans in the past. They liked how they fit. They liked how they looked. So now they're trying to replace them with similar jeans. This one is the Hustler roller. We discussed the other one there. So this one is the Hustler roller sneak. And these are the full length instead of the cropped. But like I said, they are a wide leg flare, meaning they fit snug in the waist and hips and get a little bit looser in the thighs and knees while flaring back out down at the ankle. Now, as a quick little bonus, Khaite's Ranch, I said it Khaite's Ranch in the men's video, it is Khaite's Ranch, but Khaite's Ranch women's jeans, none of them hit the $100 threshold for average sale price, but the sell-through rate means I really want to mention them so you realize that they show up both in men's and women's. There are currently 176 listed for Khaite's Ranch as a brand with 401 sold. Brand level, this is an absolute insane sell-through rate. And the prices can get up into that higher price range. They taper off under 100 pretty quick. So what's the actual pattern here? Every style on this list share the same traits. They have a clear silhouette, they have a recognizable style name, and there's limited substitution. Buyers aren't browsing, they're searching. That's why these sell for $100 or more. Not because they're rare, because they're specific. This isn't about memorizing every women's jean. It's about changing how you look at the rack. When you see women's denim, don't ask what brand is this, ask what style is this. Because $30 jeans and $200 jeans can come from the same brand. Mother overall is 55 or 60. The Reifler, 190. The Roller, 120. AYR overall is 90, but the Secret Sauce, 150. Citizens of Humanity overall, 25 bucks. But the Horseshoe is 190 and the Mira 130. The difference is whether you recognize the style. If you're following the 15,000 a month journey, hit subscribe.